Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese Davis, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. We're fired up for this matchup. This ought to be a really good one in San Antonio for the Alamo Bowl. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming right at you. Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I are back at halftime.
Beautiful downtown San Antonio is the location of today's postseason matchup. Get ready for the Alamo Bowl. And now it's time for the coin toss, and it's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Is lined up to kick this one off, and you can feel the thunder in the crowd as they await the start of this game. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Now the offense gets ready to take their first crack at it. Just throws this one away. Second down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 25. Pass right, running back's got it. He's taken down around the 30-yard line. That screen pass nets maybe 5 yards.
Third down.
Quickly's got the tailback on another pitch. They'll knock him down for a loss. 3 and out.
Yeah, the defense did a great job of winning that series.
Perry is waiting for the snap. And down he goes at the 47-yard line. The quarterback brings his troops out onto the field for the first drive of the game.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat.
Got an opening. They go to the left for a nice game.
Call it a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Brought down at the 45. They keep it on the ground, and a great tackle right there. Wood is back deep to return. This punt goes over the goal line, and this will be a touchback. Every drive's important in a tie game. I look for both sides to come out with some urgency. Zips it to the back. And they make the stop at the 31.
This was a great call. From here, it looked like the defense was fooled and reacted a little bit late to the screen.
Screen to the back, and he can't hold it.
Good job here by the defense. If you let this quarterback set and throw, he'll kill you all game. But they got excellent pressure on that play.
From their own 31-yard line. Second down. They go with a run, and he's brought down in the backfield.
Man left, man left. Four down, four down. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Catches it and hit immediately for a loss. Loss of 7.
Well, that's just a sound play by the defense. They dropped him well short of the line of scrimmage.
Rodgers awaiting the return. And he makes it out to about the 47-yard line. And so far, it's been totally even. In close games like this, every possession is likely to matter. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. And down he goes at the 43-yard line.
That'll make it second and inches.
He has some room. He gets to about the 31-yard line. He kept it himself and picked up a good-looking first down.
Great execution and a good decision there by the quarterback.
And he's taken down at the 34.
You know, a lot of times coaches look to linebackers for leadership on defense. And on that tackle, he showed you why that's the case.
From the 34-yard line. Second down. In the shotgun and 5 wideouts.
Gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
5 wide. And he might want it all here and does. Interception. He didn't throw it away under pressure, and it really cost him.
It sure did. He saw that he was going to get hit and just threw one up for grabs. He's got to learn to take the sack.
From their own 20-yard line. First down.
I love the toughness here by this quarterback of sitting in until the last second, trying to make a play downfield, only to have this defense get to him. He's got to do a better job maybe feeling things out a little bit, but at least he has the awareness and a toughness to sit in that pocket.
Under heavy pressure. Here's a quick throw. He almost had it, but it's incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10. Ball on the 20. Under pressure. He airs it out. It's going the other way. And he hits him hard at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he was facing a big pass rush. The ball had no chance of being caught by one of his teammates. That's what pressure will do for any defense.
From the 45-yard line. First down.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat.
He's tackled right around the 42-yard line.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Quick out to his receiver. They'll bring him down at about the 27-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
Tackle at the 23.
Gain of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Throws quickly, and it's almost intercepted.
Boy, a golden opportunity missed by the defense. That was a sure interception, only to be dropped.
3rd down now. They need to get it to the 17. Throws it out, knocked loose.
That'll make it 4th and 6.
Oklahoma State could take the lead with this field goal. It's up, looks long enough, and he nails the long field goal.
Yeah, he got some good leg behind it, and he kicked an accurate ball right between the goalposts.
3-0, Oklahoma State. He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. You know, a lot of people in college football might find these types of games boring, but you look at the start of this game, this is good old-fashioned football, partner.
I agree with you, Brad. I think sometimes you look at games, and if it's sloppy offense, that's one thing. But when you see two defenses go out and play with a great deal of emotion and dominate a football game, sign me up for that every time.
Tackle made right around the 28-yard line. Tackled at the 37-yard line. They go with the option and pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, and that was a situation where the quarterback knew he could pick up the 1st down if he kept it himself. That's a good decision.
Tackled after a decent pickup.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
He's at midfield. Knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
You talk about a dual-threat guy. This guy can hurt you in the air or on the ground.
He launches one for the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Ducks. He tacks on the extra point. So a 5-play, 75-yard drive, and they add 7 points to the scoreboard.
And Brad, right now, the offensive line just winning the battle in the trenches, opening up some big running lanes.
Oregon kicked this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. He's to the 20. He's taken down at the 27-yard line. Oregon's got people flying all over the field on defense right now.
Boy, they sure do. Right now, we're just seeing great defensive effort. They have a plan. They understand it. They're playing with great speed, and they're not giving up big plays. That's why they're playing well up to this point.
And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. And he's going to be sacked for a loss.
Loss of 7 yards on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 9.
Defense looking for another sack in this second down and long situation.
Mike 55. Eat.
Throws incomplete.
Too bad that'll go down as an incompletion because he made a really great play on the ball to make the catch.
Third and long.
I'm coming after you. Mike 55.
Halfback's got it on the quick throw. That's a great tackle at the 23-yard line.
Man, the defense jumped all over that one. No chance to pick up the first down there.
Hamby is the punter. He gets out to about the 48-yard line.
That's the way to hit.
They punched it in for 6 on the last series. Can they do it again?
You can bet this defense made some adjustments on the sideline, though. I don't know if they can stop the passing attack, but they need to at least be able to slow it down.
He fights forward to about the 49.
That brings us second and 9.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Pull down. Mike 51.
Oregon
Mike
holds a
51.
4-point lead. Nice run there.
Good for a gain of 6 yards. That makes it third and 3.
Double tight. Pull down. 51, Mike. Mike 51.
Makes it to the 34. From the 34-yard line, it's first down. Gains his way to the 26-yard line.
Gain of 8 yards. That'll bring up second and 3.
Here's an opening. Runs outside for a nice gain.
That makes it first and
10. Gains his way to the 13-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards. That makes it second and 2.
Mike 51.
Big play there, and now they're looking at first and goal.
Man left. Pull down. 51, Mike.
Oregon is up by 4. Touchdown, Ducks.
It takes a lot of strength to run it when you're heading into a massive pile of bodies. Good job of holding on to it and getting it across the goal line.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. A nice 8-play, 52-yard drive, and they put up 7 points.
Brad, that's one of those drives that can just tear your heart out. That can really demoralize a defense when they drive the ball down the field, and a lot of the yards came on the ground.
Looks like they're ready for the kick. And he got all of this one. Great kick. Their last drive ended in a punt, so this quarterback's going to be looking for something better on this drive.
They've been beaten soundly on both sides of the ball, and we haven't even gotten to the second quarter.
Mason takes it up the middle. He fights forward to about the 26. Pickup of a yard for the tailback.
That brings up second and 9.
the middle.
Call it a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Brad, I just think this quarterback's got to do a much better job of being able to read that defense and make quicker decisions. And especially when the defense starts to get pressure, you've got to either get rid of that football or check it down or take off and run with it.
Wood back deep to return. And this one is a beauty. Tackle at the 38. The Ducks are punching it into the end zone when they get the chance, and that's been the difference so far in the ballgame.
Yeah, give them all the credit. It's one thing to move the football down the field, but when you get an opportunity to come up with a touchdown, you have to capitalize on it, and they've done that.
We're through one quarter. Oregon's in front by 11. Back to the action now here in the second quarter. You think about the challenges these two teams are facing. On one side, you've got to find a way to keep building on your lead, and on the other side, you've got to find a way to get back in it. Catches it, and that's all.
Any offense is predicated on being able to move efficiently like this.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Big opening. He makes his way to about the 42. Got it and brought down immediately.
Gain of 6 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's go, D. Let's go.
He might have a chance. To the 10. Touchdown, Oregon.
Just a great effort there. Once he had some space, it was off to the races.
He makes the PAT. A 4-play, 61-yard drive, and it's good for 7 points. Perry has his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this one off. Excellent kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. It's still only the second quarter. We've got a lot of football left, but I've got to say, this one is teetering on the brink of a blowout. He makes it out maybe to the 26-yard line.
That's a gain of 1. That brings up 2nd and 9.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
They'll make the sack.
This quarterback has to do a better job of avoiding the rush, because sacks can be real drive killers.
Defense hoping for another sack here on 3rd and long.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Stays in bounds to make a nice catch.
Great effort here by the wideout to secure the ball and pick up some extra yardage.
Delivers to the halfback on the screen. And they make the stop at the 33. 3-yard loss there.
Not much going on there. Those kind of plays will not work against this defense. You can be sure of that.
So it's 2nd and 13. Ball on the 33-yard line. Quick pass. He's taken down at about the 49.
That makes it first and 10.
He's going to go for the home run. Drops it.
That makes it second and 10.
From their own 49-yard line. It's second down. Quick throw. He has some room. He's at the 30. And they finally push him out at the 24.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat. Check out.
And they hit him in the backfield.
Loss is 2 on the play. Second and 12.
This is the 9th play of this drive.
57 is the Mike. Mark 57.
Completes it, but he can't shake the defense.
Thomas makes the tackle at the 21-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
He goes out of bounds at the 18.
That's a 3 on the play. That brings up 4th and 3.
So the field goal unit is on the field. They'll try for 3 points. Looks like someone got a head start on the line.
False start, offense.
Once you're set, you've got to stay that way. The slightest flinch is going to be enough to draw the flag.
Kicks away, and the field goal is good. Oklahoma State gets set to kick this one away. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. And down he goes at the 18-yard line. Woods' play so far in this first half, I think exactly what the coaches were looking for. Kirk, we talked to him this week, and they said, hey, he's our guy. We have to ride him as far as we can.
Yeah, they put together a plan. The defense knew that they were going to come in with this plan. It's one thing to try to prep as a defense to try to stop it. It's another thing to actually go out there and do it. So far, so good for this offense and this star running back. And it'll be interesting to see if the defense makes adjustments in the second half, how they hope to stop it.
A nice 7-yard gain on the option keeper. He makes his way to about the 38. Under heavy pressure. The ball is loose. It's recovered. That's a big break for this defense.
You know, this offense just can't afford to be getting hit with the turnover bug. They need to hold on to the football.
And here we go with the offense ready to get things going again. He's out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Makes the catch, and the defense is all over him. They bring him down for a loss. Drop back a yard.
Pretty good stand there. They weren't fooled at all by the offensive play call.
Fires out to his receiver. He's tackled around the 14-yard line.
I like the call here by the defense to bring the heat with the outside linebacker. It was just a better call by the offense, and that's why it's a first down.
Gets it. He's in space. He steps out around the 12-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
Brought down right around the 2-yard line.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
And he is drilled at the 6.
That is a loss of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and goal.
From the 6-yard line. 2nd down. Throws to the halfback. Touchdown. They decided to go to the running back on that touchdown pass.
Just a nice job by the quarterback of showing great patience here, going through his progressions, finally finding the back to get into the end zone.
And he converts the extra point. They line up to kick this one away. Sends it sailing downfield. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The offense comes out of the field, and they're hoping to avoid the similar fate that killed their last drive.
The defense, I'm sure, will be aggressive again. They love going for the strip and attacking the football.
Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go. Oregon holds an 8-point advantage. Tackle after decent pickup.
That'll make it 3rd and 1.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
That makes it 1st and 10.
Watch the run. They're running it. 51, Mike. Mike 51.
He makes his way to about the 48.
That's a gain of 8 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2.
It's 2nd down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. And he's tackled after positive yardage. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike 51. Mike 51.
He's gobbled up in the backfield.
You know, a lot of times coaches look to linebackers for leadership on defense. And on that tackle, he showed you why that's the case.
And this play is number 8 on the drive. Oregon up by 8. And he tackles him hard at the 37-yard line. He's tackled at about the 27-yard line.
That makes it first and 10.
And he's taken down around the 27-yard line.
That makes it second and 10.
Down he goes at the 15-yard line. They'll bring him down right around the 14-yard line. A gain of a yard of the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, it was a short gain, but a nice tackle there by the junior who stepped up in traffic and made a nice play. Give the defense all the credit here. They had that one snuffed out from the start. It could have been an even bigger loss.
Well, they'll line it up again on 3rd down. 2 for 2 so far on this drive. Throws it out, and it falls incomplete.
I'm not so sure he made the best decision that time. That was a pretty tight area he was trying to throw that one into.
Oregon is up by 8. He gets it up, and it's good. Perry ready to kick. And he got all of this one. Great kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. This offense threw the ball extremely well on their last drive, and they ended up with a touchdown.
So much of the passing game is about the timing between the quarterback and his wide receivers. And right now with this offense, they are in sync, and really the timing and execution is flawless.
Great penetration to get in there and sack the quarterback.
Boy, what a hit on the quarterback. He was lucky to hang on to the ball during that sack.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long. Quick throw out to the receiver. Tackle at the 30-yard line.
Jordan with the tackle at the 30-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Throws it into coverage, and it's intercepted.
The defense here comes up with a huge interception. They've already got the lead, and it looked like this offense was trying to get back in the game, but that was a big turnover.
From their own 17-yard line, it's 1st down.
That's a bad play overall by the offense. The quarterback's doing everything he can to be able to make the play work and try to execute. The problem is the offensive line did not do a good job protecting him. They're very fortunate that ball wasn't intercepted.
Wood on the handoff. Nice run to the outside. It's third down, and they're about 2 yards shy of the sticks. Tackled after a decent run up the gut. We've played a half. The Ducks lead 24-13.
We've played 30 minutes. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. David Pollack and I here in the studio to break down everything that just happened in your game. A sloppy first half. Now, I know as a defensive guy, I'm sure you loved it. Yeah, you played in games like this, and you're saying all of this was caused by great opportunistic defense.
No, well, I mean, of course. I mean, you can always explain the other side, but, you know, it goes hand in hand. And you look at the defense finding ways to create plays so their offense gets back on the field. It's always a plus. And finding ways to get the football back is you basically become an offensive player. I mean, shoot, you can score yourself. And that's a task and that's a skill that not everybody can do. Not everybody can take the patience and come into a pile and, you know, strip the football out. Not everybody can get that football as a defensive back, go up and high point it and make an interception. So it's definitely a skill that the defenses right now are doing a great job of using.
David and I will stay locked in on everything going on in college football. It's going to wrap it up here in the studio. Just about time to get you out to your second half. Brad and Kirk ready with a call.
And we welcome you back to the action here, just about set for the second half. Excellent kick. And he's taken down at the 24-yard line. There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. Throw's complete. He's got space to work. Tackle made at the 30.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it second and 4.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. 6 man. Easy, QQ.
He's taken down right around the 26-yard line. And that run got stuck.
Yeah, you're right. The defense definitely won the battle at the line of scrimmage there.
It's 3rd and 8. Ball on the 26. Delivers to the halfback on the screen. He's knocked out of bounds at the 27. Hamby is waiting for the snap. And he makes it out to about the 41-yard line. So you wonder what kind of excitement we'll see this time around.
4 down. Mike 51, Mike 51.
He's at midfield. And they make the stop around the 48-yard line. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds. And they get nice yardage on that run.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's got an opening. Gets out to around the 12.
Makes it 1st and 10.
Up the middle for a nice gain.
Call it a gain of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
He's into the open field. Touchdown, Ducks. And he adds the extra point. A 6-play, 59-yard drive. And they put up 7 points.
And Brad, right now, the offensive line just winning the battle in the trenches, opening up some big running lanes.
So the score now, 31-13. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The defense did a nice job shutting down the offense the last time they had the ball.
Down 2 possessions. This offense has to step up and capitalize on this possession.
Throws to the tight end, and that ball's incomplete.
Banks the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 25. And they bring him down for a sack on the play.
That's a loss of 8 yards. That'll bring up 30.
Third and long now after the sack. That'll make it 4th down, and they're going to have to punt.
Great hold by the defense. They were expecting the pass play, and they defended it very well.
Wood awaiting the return. He makes it out to maybe the 49-yard line. And offense is back on the field after running the ball very well on their last drive.
This offensive line really opened up some big gaps for the running back last time.
Nice run up the middle.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That brings him 2nd and 5.
Check, tight right. Full up there, check it out, flat there. Go down,
Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
Gain of 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
Tight left. Go down. 51, Mike. Mike 51.
He gets out to about the 42-yard line. So he decides to hold on to it, and it goes nowhere. Looks like they've decided to go for it here. Big opening.
That's good for a gain of 11 yards. 1st down.
Watch it out.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
It's 2nd and 2.
Valero's back. He's tackled at the 21-yard line. He fights forward to about the 20.
That's a gain of 1 yard. That brings up 2nd and 9.
Nice run there.
That's a gain of 7 on the play. 3rd down.
Brought down at the 5. So they go on the ground and pick up another 1st down.
They are stringing together a nice little drive here. If they keep this up, it'll be hard to keep them out of the end zone.
1st and goal from the 5. They're knocking on the door. And he makes it out to about the 5-yard line.
No gain. That brings up 2nd and goal.
And he's tackled right around the 4-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and goal.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
And they'll bring him down behind the line.
Boy, did you see how the defense just swarmed to the ball carrier? That was fantastic pursuit.
This isn't much more than an extra point. Kicks up, and it's through the uprights. Oregon gets set to kick this one away. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 20. Tackle at the 29-yard line. Oklahoma State's getting stomped right now. They're unable to get anything going here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I think what they have to do at this point is they've got to get into a little bit more of a hurry-up mode, a little bit more urgency, score, and hope that the defense can come up with a stop and hope you can get the ball back and put more points up.
The offense takes the field again. They were forced to punt their last time out.
If they're going to make a comeback in this game, it's going to have to start now. This offense has to get rolling.
2nd down, 10 to go. Ball on their own 29. Throws into coverage, just picked off. And now he's got room to run to the 20. And he scores. Touchdown.
How about the play by the defender? That was a great interception and an even better effort to bring the ball back for a touchdown.
And he hits the PAT. Perry has his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. It's almost unreal how good this freshman's play has been, Kirk.
Well, he's a physical force. You know, when he puts those big meat hooks on you, there's only one direction and one speed that you can go, and that is down and quickly. And I'll tell you, Brad, I think he's just so big and athletic. He's just a nightmare for this offensive line. They just cannot do a very good job sustaining blocks against him.
count his performance as one of the key ones if they do wind up taking home this trophy. It's going to be interesting now to see if this quarterback can put that last throw behind him.
This quarterback needs to be a little bit more careful because this defense is excellent on capitalizing off of mistakes.
Catches it, and he's immediately tackled behind the line.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Let's go, defense. Get out the field, defense.
Throws complete. He's got room to work. And down he goes, right around the 32-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll bring him down at the 49-yard line.
Powers on the tackle at the 49-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10. Mason with the reception, gaining 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Mike 55! Mike 55! Back to pass.
And he just gets rid of it.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
3rd down now, and they need to get it inside the 41.
Let's get off the field, D.
A little toss across the middle. He's at the 40. There he goes. And he's finally shoved out at the 14.
First down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat.
Tackle at the 15-yard line.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go.
Thomas is close in the backfield at the 15-yard line. That brings up 3rd and
12. Let's go, D.
He'll get the call again.
This is picture-perfect defense by this corner. Great job of providing run support.
So it's 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field. They'll try for 3 points. Flags are all over the place, and they'll blow it dead.
Offense.
Once you're set, you've got to stay that way. The slightest flinch is going to be enough to draw the flag.
He gets it up, and it splits the uprights. They line up to kick this one away. Sends it sailing downfield. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The Ducks had that hot hand on offense, and they just keep on going here in quarter number 3.
The greatest thing you could say about these guys today is consistency. They are moving the football and putting points up on the board. They're going to be tough to beat.
And here we go with the offense ready to get things going again. Oregon up by a bunch. And he carries the ball for a nice gain. The option to the tailback good for about 4 yards.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd and 6. Ball on the 29. Got some open field. Makes it to the 37. He kept it himself and picked up a good-looking first down.
Great execution and a good decision there by the quarterback.
Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down. And he's taken down at the 45-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 1 yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
That's 3 down and 1 to go. Oregon's running away with it. This one has been a blowout since the beginning. Hopefully the 4th quarter will turn things around.
Mike 51.
He's taken down right around the 46-yard line. So he keeps it, and he gets a big first down.
The quarterback made a very good decision here not to pitch. He saw a break in the defense and just hit it for a big gain.
Oregon with a big advantage. 2-yard gain on the quarterback keeper.
That makes it 2nd and
8. 2nd and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 44. And he throws it away. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
And this play is number 8 on the drive. Catches it, and that's all. Roberts picks him up around 7 yards with that catch. 4th down. They'll call on the field goal unit. This will just add insult to injury. The kick is up. That's a tough break there for the kicker. And our score, Oregon 41, Oklahoma State 16. The deficit is huge, but as a player, you never want to slow down your effort. Believe me, coaches notice the ones who aren't trying that hard. Quick release. Oh, had it knocked down.
Hey, that's a heads-up play there by the defender. Get those hands up and something good may just happen.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 37. He makes his way to about the 45. A nice job by the offensive line, and they pick up a gain of 8.
Man left, man left. Four down. Mark 55, Mark 55. Kill.
And they make the stop at the 46.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. First down.
Throws complete, and he's hit right away.
That's a gain of 4 on the ground. That makes it 2nd and 6.
They come out in an empty backfield. Going deep, lays it out there. They're really fortunate that wasn't intercepted.
Not a very smart decision by the quarterback. He had no shot at completing it.
And they'll look to convert here on another 3rd down. He's under pressure. And he throws it away.
Good job here by the defense. If you let this quarterback set and throw, he'll kill you all game. But they got excellent pressure on that play.
Hey, check right, check right. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Yeah, watch the screen.
Quick throw, incomplete, wanted his receiver. The defense holds, and the ball will change hands.
Oh, the defense was waiting on that one. They've seen plays like that all season long, and they came up with a great stop.
Both teams are playing out the stretch here. You want to get experience for guys who normally don't get in the game and try to avoid injuries. Oregon comes to the line in complete control in this game. Tackle made around the 45-yard line. A couple, maybe 3 yards on that run.
That was a great tackle. The defender seemingly came out of nowhere and put a big hit on the ball carrier.
From their own 45-yard line, it's second down.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
They'll knock him down for a loss. Loss of 2 by the halfback.
Man left, man left. Put down, put down. 51, Mike. Mike 51. Blue 45.
Throws it in a hurry, and he's tackled right away. Rodgers is back to receive. He puts it away, and it's a great kick. This punt goes over the goal line, and this will be a touchback. Oregon's defense, they've got the it factor.
The it factor, the swagger, whatever you want to call it, when they take the field, they know they're better than you. And as a group of 11, they play like they know they're going to stop you.
I don't expect any once-in-a-lifetime rallies here, but that being said, we could still see some exciting plays. He airs it out. He's tackled at about the 35. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. The cavalry's coming, and he's going to be sacked for a loss.
Man, these guys can be aggressive. When you stand back there and take hits like that, you definitely are going to feel it the next day.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike 55, Mike 55.
He's got it with room to run. Brought down around the 32-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 7.
Throws out and through his hands. It's 4th down, and the offense is getting set to go for it. Looks like he flinched down there on the line.
False start, offense.
That penalty will move him back a bit.
Yeah, with so many young guys out there, it's bound to happen occasionally.
Here they come, and he might want it all here, and does. And they'll take over on downs.
Hey, it's the last game of the season. Might as well pull out all the stops. That's a great play by the defense.
Both teams are playing out the stretch here. You want to get experience for guys who normally don't get in the game and try to avoid injuries. Oregon up big. And he's tackled around the 46-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
It's 2nd down now, and they're just a few feet away from that first down marker. He's knocked out of bounds around the 30-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
From the 30-yard line, first down. Nice run, and he's brought down.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Tight right. 4 down. Mike 51. Here we go.
And a quick throw. And he's level at the 23-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Third down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. They go to the left for a nice gain. Oregon is winning big. And he tackles him hard at the 13.
That's good for a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Man left.
2nd and 7. Ball on the 13-yard line. There's a strike complete. What a play, and that is 1st and goal. Here's the 8th play of the series. They get in, touchdown.
Great job of finding the space to run and just bursting in for 6.
He makes the PAT. An 8-play, 63-yard drive, and it's good for 7 points. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Nice kick, plenty of distance. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. For Oregon, they've been getting into the backfield quite a bit. This defense has had success getting after the quarterback.
And on top of the pressure, they've also come up with the 2 takeaways.
This offense hasn't had any trouble moving the ball on the ground.
And that's always been a very positive thing. It'll keep the defense honest, and they won't be able to just play the pass.
The seniors on this defense are playing their last game, and you always want to win that one. They're on their way. I don't expect any once-in-a-lifetime rallies here, but that being said, we could still see some exciting plays. Quick throw. He's pushed out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
Gain of 11 yards. First down.
The quarterback in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Got a man tackled for a loss. 5-yard loss on the play.
Well, that's just a sound play by the defense. They dropped him well short of the line of scrimmage.
Second down, and they've got 15 for the first down. Ball on their own 31. Just under 2 minutes in the game. Makes the grab and steps out right away.
16 yards. That makes it first and 10.
Out of bounds at the 49.
Gain of 4 yards. That makes it second and 6.
From the 49-yard line. Second down. Quick shot. The defender tips it away.
That was a heads-up play by the corner, but it would have never happened if the receiver would have come back to the ball instead of waiting for it to fall into his lap.
They come out in a 5-wide set. Catches it, and he's looking for more. And down he goes at the 42. And he just gets rid of it. Second and 10. Ball on the 42. Quick out to his receiver. They'll bring him down around the 38-yard line.
That'll bring up third and 6.
There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Going long. Well, a nice stop there late in the fourth quarter, but this game, quite frankly, has been over for a long time, and I'm ready for it to end.
That'll make it
Fourth down, and the offense is still on the field. Just over a minute left. Under pressure. Quick throw out to the receiver. He gets hit out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. And this is the 11th play of the current drive.
Watch number 86. Watch 86. Here we go.
He gets rid of this one. That's what can happen when you run the same play.
Yeah, you need to be aware of that and try to mix things up to keep the defense off balance.
From the 23-yard line. Second down. Quick shot to the tailback and through his hands. This is the 13th play of this drive. This one's going deep to the end zone. He almost had it, but it's incomplete.
Callahan is the intended receiver on the way.
The offense is going to stay on the field and try to convert another fourth down. The offense going to try to open this field up, coming out in a 5-wide set, and the defense counters with their dime look. Gets it out quickly. What a play to set them up with a first and goal. Oklahoma State will take a timeout. That's their first of the half. And this is the 15th play of the current drive. Under a minute left. Well, they're not going to win it, but they're still playing hard out there.
That's what makes this offense so tough to defend. When you have a quarterback with the ability to run and throw, and he gets down into this area of the field, chances are he's going to find his way into the end zone.
And he hits the PAT. A long 15-play, 75-yard drive, and they come away with a touchdown.
Brad, how about the guys up front? The offensive line giving the quarterback plenty of time to be able to read the defense and make the right throw.
Brought down at the 40-yard line. Oregon staff and their fans got to be happy this guy's on their side.
Well, with him making plays the way he did today, there's reason for their optimism and the reason they feel good about having him on their side. You know, Brad, the last time this offense was on the field, I was really impressed with the offensive line. They just controlled the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they go back to running the football. Let's see if maybe they mix in some play-action pass as well.
They just seem like they've been in the end zone time and time again. There's not much negative you can say about this performance.
Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1. A fun week for one team, a nightmare for the other. It's final. Oregon 48, Oklahoma State 23. As we finish up the broadcast, what do you have to say about how this game turned out, Kirk?
It's a really good job by the coaches here by not letting them take an underdog lightly and really getting after it from the very beginning of this game. Oregon made a statement today. When you can go out on the field and justify being a favorite, you're telling everybody something.
Here's a look at today's player of the game. For Oregon, they tack on another win to improve to 11-3. And for Oklahoma State, they go to 7-6 on what has been an average season.